Do you think being spiritually awakened is about positive thinking? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mystical Mastery Mondays with me, Vic, your favorite spiritual awakening coach. And today we're going to get into what it means to be a false positive. There's so many self-help gurus and books out there that talk about how the spiritual awakening journey is about thinking positive. And that's what I call a false positive. How many of you out there, if you're on the call or if you're on the video, if you're on the replay, how many of you have been in a negative thought or in a negative emotion or experience and tried to positive think your way out of it? The truth is, it doesn't work, right? No matter what you try to do, if you're in a negative state of mind, if you're a negative being, it's going to take more than just trying to positive think your way out of it to get through it. And the first thing I'll say that it really is about being present with whatever is happening, right? If you're having a negative thought, negative feeling, a negative experience, be present at what is happening. Don't feel like you need to change the way you think or the way you feel. Be okay with that. If you're trying to think positive all the time, especially when you're in a negative circumstance, well, you're just lying to yourself. And so nothing is totally happening. So you really want to be with the experience, feel the feeling. Once you've actually allowed yourself to be in the feeling of it, now you can move forward. And it's really not about positive thinking, it's more about acceptance, being okay with what is, being okay with whatever is happening. And just no matter what it is, if it's causing you pain, if it's causing you a some uncomfortable way of being or living or thinking, be okay with it. Just allow yourself to be okay with it. When you're in the spiritual awakening journey, it's about knowing that every single moment that's happening is perfect. It's totally divinely orchestrated. It's totally okay. So your job is not to feel like you need to control the situation, but actually just be okay with it and see where it leads you. And I want to tell you a quick story of something that I experienced that really portrays what I'm trying to say here, right? And so last year, I went to Seattle to visit some of my friends. And the first day I was out, we went out for dinner, and I lost my phone. I my phone is in a like I got a wallet phone case combo, so I actually lost my wallet and my phone. I must have dropped it somewhere on the streets of Seattle. And so we went to look for it. We couldn't find it. And so I had two choices in that situation. I could accept the situation and just, be okay with me losing my phone and seeing what happens, or I could be really upset that this has happened and I got to deal with it. So initially I was upset. And I sat with the feeling and I was like, okay, like I lost my phone and maybe I'll get it back and maybe I won't. If I really wanted to think positive, I could be like, oh, I'm gonna get it back. I'm gonna figure it out. But honestly, like I didn't know what were to happen. So I was okay with exactly with what is. And so we moved forward and I just became okay with it. I went through the whole weekend um and everything, and I never got my phone back. I filed a police report. I filed um, telling them that this happened and where it happened, and I was hoping that by Monday that they would contact me, but they didn't contact me. And I came back to Texas, and the next day I went to the T-Mobile store to see if I can get a new phone, and when I got there, the guy was like, "Oh man, that sucks that you lost your phone," and he was really, kind of upset about it. And it was in a situation where like I had like $500 left to pay on my old phone, and I had and then this new phone was gonna be like 800 or 900 bucks. So I could have freaked out again about that. And I just kept breathing and telling myself like I'm just gonna be okay. Whatever I have to do, it's leading me to something. And so I ended up going to get my ID and other things I needed for my wallet. And then I came back to the T-Mobile store later with my dad, and we told the guy went to go get the phone, and then we were waiting for it, and he just got the box out and he was just about to open it, and then my dad's phone rings, and it's a Seattle number, right? It's a Seattle number, and we answer the phone, and it's the Seattle Police Department. And they're like, "Sir, we just found your phone. Somebody turned in my phone, and I'd already come back, and it's just kind of amazing, right? I really just allowed myself to be completely okay with everything that was happening, and I was in the T-Mobile store about to get the new phone, and it was the most impeccable timing that this phone call just came through, and it was the Seattle Police Department. 5 minutes later, and I would have lost my phone. And so there's multiple situations in that story where I could have just been upset and like been stuck in the negative, and I allowed myself to feel whatever came up, and then I just became okay with it. I just allowed, and I just was curious on what was going to play out next, and that's really when you're that's really the way you want to live when you're on the spiritual journey, because the more you accept everything that's happening, the more you're allowing yourself to be guided and to see what might play out. And in this situation, I got my phone back and it was shown to me in the most impeccable timing. So I hope that helped and that you guys resonate with that. Just to recap, like we're not talking about being a false positive. It's not about positively thinking yourself out of any situation. It's about feeling whatever negativity, whatever the situation is bringing up, and allowing yourself to be okay with it, allowing yourself to accept it, and really be curious and see what might unfold from whatever negative situation you might be dealing with. And then my phone wallet story is just an example of what is possible when you allow things to happen. Things might surprise you and will come in the most ridiculous timing, but when you really start living this way, you're really building a relationship with the universe or the divine or whatever you want to call it, because the signs and the guidance is always being shown, and it will constantly be proved to you that this is real. So if that landed, please let me know. Drop a comment on the comment box. We got some emojis here. And Malka, my mom, is saying, feel positive in a negative emotion is just putting a band-aid on it. Yeah, when you're in a negative emotion and you're just trying to feel positive, you're just putting a band-aid on it. You're not actually dealing with how you're feeling. And the whole point is to really be present with everything coming up and exactly acknowledge what is coming up. Yoli says, love your awesome message. Thank you so much. So if this landed for you, let me know what landed. Let me know what really helped you in this. And we'll be continue doing this every single Monday as long as I'm available. And always remember to be here right now where depression and anxiety can't exist. Thanks very much, everybody, and have a great day or a great evening.